Hello everyone, and welcome back to the What Thing Should You Buy at Every Level series.
Today we will cover Level 5. Level 5 is a major level. We have point 3 tanks to pick from. Tiger H1, T-34-85,
and the BR 1951. First off, we will start with the Tiger. The Tiger has decent mobility and very good penetration. You also have the legendary 88mm cannon that is very powerful. The Tiger has very good penetration ability. However, it is important not to let the armor stat fool you, as a Tiger that is not angled does not last longer than a minute on the battlefield. Angling can be a bit tricky, even for experienced players. For that, I will leave a video in the description below for you guys to check out. The Jagdpanzer, also known as the Hatzer, is basically a weaker version of the Tier 5 event Jagdpanzer. However, it is not to be underestimated, as it can easily destroy enemy vehicles from the side or rear. And now we have the VK3002M. It is basically a Panther D prototype. It has a powerful gun, but lacks armor. Even the frontal plate can be an easy pen. The turret rotation is also very slow, just like the Panther D. Now we have the notorious Ostwind, a decent SPA. However, I don't recommend using anti-air vehicles in mid-tier, as they are not that good in general, around tier 4-6. So overall, the Tiger H1 is a very solid platoon, but requires skill and focus. Now we will move on to the T-34. The T-34 platoon is a great mix of mobility, armor, and penetration. The T-34 is very balanced in every stat. However, the frontal armor can get easily penetrated at this tier, despite being sloped. The T-34 in Tier 4 is not as easy to play as the ones in low tier. And now moving on to the Su-152. This tank sacrifices everything for firepower, just like the Nashorn or the Dicker Max. It has the same gun as the KV-2, meaning you can easily overpressure most tanks. However, keep in mind that you have a 20-second long reload, so you should go to cover after you fire and try to make every shot count as a kill. And now moving on to the IS-1. It has a fairly good gun, but the armor has a lot of weak spots everyone knows, like the lower frontal plate, for example. For that, you should use the IS tactic, basically turn the tank around and advance with the engine frontally. Now going to the Ju-37, yet again not that good, as the Ostwind is better. Avoid using anti-air vehicles in mid-tier. Also, for the Su-152, overpressure can be a bit tricky as well. For that, I will leave to videous, old one from my Chanel and another one from another Chanel. I will give credit. I will also do a new video about the overpressure mechanic. That will basically be an update about .overpressure, as I will try to cover information the old video might have .miss double quotes .comma, so subscribe in order not to miss it out. And now we will move on to the EBR. In my opinion, the EBR should have been at level 4. Kinda stupid for Gaijin to put to tier 4 vehicles and a tier 3 one at the same level. Anyways, who am I to judge the holy snail?
Now the EBR is very fast. Having over 100 kilometers H, it can allow strategic positioning on the map in just the blink of an eye.
The gun of the EBR can easily destroy tanks from the side and rear, so flanking with it is the best option. The armor is also paper, so try to avoid getting hit by anything, as you are very vulnerable. The second vehicle in the platoon is the ARL.
Being a heavy tank, it sacrifices speed for firepower and armor. The gun can sometimes have a hard time penetrating some enemy tanks because of the bad ammo, but in general, it will be decent. The M401 is also a very good flanker. Not as good as the EBR. You should use .it as your last option. It can still pack a punch. However, the armor is wet toilet paper, so just like the EBR, you should avoid getting hit. Now moving on to the air of this platoon. Just like I said, from tier 3 to tier 7, anti-air vehicles are not in their best shape.
This is the first version of the second best anti-air vehicle in the game, that being the DC and the high-end top-tier MX platoons. This one is better even than the Ostwind, because it has 50mm of penetration and can easily destroy a Panzer. For example, what I am about to say now might be surprising to most of you.
At level 5, I highly recommend the EBR platoon.
If you are a new player, it should 100% be your first premium set of vehicles. Here is my reasoning for that.
You are playing one rank lower while getting the same booster of EXP and silver lions that the Tiger and T-34 give. The vehicles are not that hard to adapt to and introduce you to a new, more strategic style of gameplay. If you premium it, you will get double the amount of EXP and silver lions that will help you advance to the next level in no time. This is it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Let me know if you agree or disagree with .me in the comments. Have a good day. Robert out. Also, don't forget to join my Discord server. You will find the link in the description below.